Sorry, cat hair. This is the consequences of having aminos. Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. Ishmael Diaz here, your great witch, and I'm live today until 7 o'clock. Today I have a special guest. I'm waiting for him to join. And I hope I got this right. Invited. All right. He should be here soon. Now, let me know when you get it. So, welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's week went well. I see that everybody's made it. No matter what you've been through in life, you have the opportunity to always do more. Okay, don't give in. Let me see if I can invite them in here. And if this works, can I send? Try to hit the invitation button, Edward. I'm trying to invite him in here, but everybody else, welcome everybody. I know I'm not gonna get everybody. It's gonna be difficult. I'm trying to see how can I invite him. I think I sent you an invite, Edward, already here. Hey, sorry, sister, welcome. Joe, welcome. Maggie, welcome too. Everybody's doing good. Let me see if I can invite him one more time. No. Almost hit the wrong person. Sorry, there you go. I just sent you an invite, Edward. There you go. He should be coming in soon. I have a special guest coming in. And he's fantastical. So and I want everybody to be all right. I hope everybody's doing well this Sunday. Juan Rodriguez, Lissa, Lilith, everybody, welcome. God damn it, welcome. I hope everybody's week went well. Like I said earlier, obviously you made it through a tough week. I know these weeks has been getting tougher and tougher, but you still come out on top. You still manage to pull through. So have faith in yourself. Always have faith in yourself, because not everybody's gonna have faith in you like you're gonna have faith in you. Okay, so everybody should be proud of yourself. I want you to be proud of yourself, because throughout everything you've been through, you're still here living and breathing. You survived. Exactly. So we're all survivors of whatever life want to throw at us. And yes, sometimes I get it. Sometimes you want to give up. Sometimes we just want to sit in the dark. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can send him an invite. How do I do that here? Let's see.
Open your box for an invite.
Okay, let me know, Edward. I'm trying to bring him in where we can get this live started. Because he's using his computer. And I know it's different when you use your computer than what you do your phone. I sent you try to send you another invite. Let me know. Welcome, Mamaru. Welcome everybody. Tamarin. I'm gonna keep sending it to you. I'm trying to invite Tamarin. That's the one. That's my friend Tamarin. I'm trying to invite him. I want y'all to follow him, please. He's an old witch. He's a high priest, over 50 years in the practice. If anybody knows his stuff, it's gonna be this man right here. Please follow Tamarin. He's what's supposed to be here as a guest today, and I'm trying to see if I can invite him. I'm trying to get that right. Hey, oh boy, welcome, brother. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. Grim Reaper, welcome. Emma, Best, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Trying to invite him. Chilling, bro. Chilling right now. So every Sunday I come here. I share a few things with y'all. I share a jar spell with y'all. You get a jar spell for me, and it helps with everyday problems. This time we're on the section of wealth, prosperity, money, and all this good stuff. Hey, Reverend Angela, welcome everyone. Everybody, welcome. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I'm not gonna get everybody. So if I missed you, welcome. God damn it, welcome. Okay. The second thing you get from me is an oracle card from Season of the Witch. All right, the Samhain edition. Now I do explain into this because I'm mindful not everybody knows the language we speak. Now it's pronounced Samhain, not Sam Hain. It's not a first name, not a first or a second name. It's just Samhain. Don't ask me why they named it. Just go with it. Just Samhain, okay? Just want to let y'all know how this goes. All right. So you'll get one of these from me. The last thing you get from me is some palm reading cards. At least a few of them. Now, this is a big hot subject because I've been sharing this and want y'all to get it for yourselves too. Because, like I said, 1,000 or 1,000,001 things can come out your mouth, but the hand will never. You know, when that truth hits you, it hits you hard because it shows you like a mirror image of you. So, the hands will show you a lot of things. Some lines that you see now may not be here 20 years from now. Some of y'all may develop new lines, new patterns. And that's why this deck is for. And I'm going to show y'all again because I highly recommend y'all get this. You can get this on Amazon, someplace like that of that nature. I got this one on Amazon. This is actually my second. Like, I lost my first one. I wonder how it disappeared. So, I got here. This is Lilith. This is my familiar. She's the one that's always on my side. Look at that smile. She all happy. That's my baby girl. And of course, y'all know about Bob and everything. So, how are y'all doing? I hope everybody's week was well. And the reason why I wanted to bring my friend earlier is because his magic is about old ways. Remember, he's been in this for 50 years in the practice. Okay, more than me, and he's a traditionalist. So he's author and CEO of the magazine that I write in. It's called Today's Witch. You can look that up on Amazon. He's right here. His name is Tamarin. I've been trying to bring him up for the longest here, but it's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this is his first time and he's on his computer. Maybe things are different. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure how that works. But I'm going to keep sending him invites no matter what. I'm not going to stop. Maybe he can slide in. You never know. But I'm not going to stop. All right? So, sorry about that. So, everybody you should all be proud of yourselves. Despite everything we've been through with family, friends, co-workers, your job, life in general, be proud of yourself because nobody's doing it like you're doing it. And I know, raising children right now these days ain't easy. Having a wife or a husband, it also ain't easy. But you, my friend, have the power to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? You make it happen every week. It's hard to give up. I mean, sorry, let me say that right. It's very easy to give up because it is. And for most of us, it's probably easier to give up than to anything. But you don't. You still fight. You get up on your 2 feet and you keep on marching forward. I'm not saying this is what I want you to do. This is what you've been doing. Now, despite all you've been through, all the bad, all the secret conversations that you want to keep to yourself at home, it's all about you. Everything starts with you. Whether you're on a magical path or not, it's going to start with your very steps. Life is not going to be easy. And if you're in a magical path, don't expect things to be easy either. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody may not like the things you practice, how you dress, how you speak, how you talk. Don't worry about all that. You're not here living your life for them. This is your magical path, not theirs. This is for you to live. This life that we live is yes, you are the main character. Yeah. And you're not trying to win with a supporting actress either. You know what I'm saying? So you're good when it comes to like doing things that you deemed impossible at one point in the beginning of this month, week, day, whatever. But you're still here. Probably just got finished cooking food for the family. Tired as hell, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's one of your strengths right there. That right there. Sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind, the things we do with the strengths that we sometimes don't feel that's within ourselves. That's you right there. Making things happen when things were always deemed impossible. You know what I'm saying? On the phone, let me see. Let me see if I can send him an invite here. Let me try it this way, Edward. Give me 1 second. He's such a good friend, dude. Y'all don't even know. All right, I send you an invite. Let me see if he can pop in. If that works, man, we be golden with that, man. And I want to appreciate all you for hey, you. He made it, y'all. Now if you
I'm in.
all right, now hit your profile, hit the camera button.
I'm in.
All right, can you hear me good?
I can hear you.
All right, now to see yourself, you got to go to your press your profile,
Okay.
hit the camera button,
Camera right. Okay.
touch it. You should be able to see yourself and just return. There you
And
go.
that should do it. Let me
There you
plug
go.
in
So
my
everybody.
headset on so I can hear better.
All right, I'll give him 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry about that.
No.
Technical
You take your
difficulties.
time, brother. You take your time. So everybody, like I said earlier, this is Edward. Edward, I want you to take over. Let them know who you are, where you come from, what magical practices you do, and what's your tradition.
Okay. My name's Reverend Edward Shaw. I'm an second generation Alexandrian Wiccan high priest. I'm also the head and founder of Today's Witch magazine and Cover Bridge Press. So we have our own publishing company. My craft practices, I have been in the pagan community as in for the last 50 years. I'm 58, so I started in the craft at 8 years old. I currently am also the head of the Pagans Rights Coalition United Pagan Charities Cooperative, an organization I founded way back in 1994. So I've been an actively engaging elder in the community for that period since 1994. Where I've been working actively in the community as an elder.
And what is it what message do you want to give this new witches growing up right now?
So, anyway, what would y'all like to talk about with me?
Y'all got him here. If y'all want to ask him serious questions about the craft, y'all can please feel so. If y'all want to follow him, you can do so also. So please feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to ask him questions. This is what we're here for. We're here to help each other. Witches helping witches. Remember that. Okay, sorry. You good?
So
And
I'm
this is Mickey.
looking. Hi, Mickey.
That's Mickey. Oh,
Okay,
yeah. He be loving it. So, the practices we practice now are definitely different than what the practices we say 20, 25 years ago.
Oh, goddess, they changed over the course of the last 4 decades.
So, what changes do you think should be made in our practice, in the approach of the practice now than what should have been, and the way you were raised to do this?
Well, first of all, one of the things that's missing in the practice is an understanding of the difference between evocation and invocation. Okay, invoking means to internalize and take in the energy of a god or goddess, particularly into yourself, allowing yourself to become a vessel of that god or goddess. Evoking is externalizing, and what that means is basically you ask them to lend their energy to your workings and your circle without having them necessarily take over your body and channeling the deity. Now, I've heard it many times said, I want to invoke the elements. Good luck with that.
Yeah. That's a power you just can't handle as a mortal. Sorry.
Yeah, because no, you cannot. Well, actually, yes, you can and cannot, Curly. Invoking and evoking, you evoke the elements, for example, in a ritual circle, and you can invoke the god and goddess. Because the evocation can be done on the external side because of the fact it is on the outside of you allowing the energies in. So we had a practice way back in the old ways, and especially when in Wicca, a practice that was called drawing down the sun and drawing down the moon. And what this practice boiled down to was basically you're preparing the mortal vessel, this vessel, your body, to receive the god and goddess. Okay, because of the fact is that you cannot the god and god, you're impure. Your body, your vessel is impure to begin with, and you're going to want this vessel to be able to receive a god or goddess inside, right? Without drawing down the sun or the moon, there's no way that you can possibly do this. They're not going to come in because of the fact it's like, wait a minute, hell no, I'm stop here, no way. That's Duchess says she has some bad news and needs prayers. So I'd like to address Duchess before I continue this discussion. Duchess, what's up? Anyway, while I'm waiting for Duchess's response, I'm going to continue with this. How many in here right now, right, are gone as in missing or taking his own life? My condolences on your loss.
Sorry for your loss, sister.
Okay. Unfortunately, to me, that is a very selfish act. That should not, that a person who does that is not considering the other individual is involved around them, and but he might have been suffering from things. We will, of course, pray for your loss, and light candle for you and everything. I understand the devastatedness, but also accept that maybe now he'll be able to move on to his next part of his journey in order to maybe correct what happened in this one that caused him to be there. You know what I mean? Celebrate his life, not his death.
No, you're right. Just because you're done on the physical, that doesn't mean you're done on the spiritual. You still got work to do.
I'm sure he has, Duchess.
Have faith in that. Like I said, I'll burn a candle for you.
One of the things I would like to address we were talking about drawing down the sun and moon first. Okay, drawing down the sun and moon is a celebratory act, and it's normally done by anointing the forehead, the mouth, the chest, the stomach, the hands, and the feet of the individual. And what it signifies is, as you're doing each, you are saying that may they think with the ability to accept and think and act in accordance to the way of the god and goddess. May they speak the words of the god and goddess. May their hearts reflect the words of the god and goddess. May their womb
There you go. Thank you, Bill. I'm trying to figure that one out.
Be the center of the creation of the god and goddess, and may the feet walk in the path. Okay, and the hands, may they hold, the god and goddess's love in your hands. Okay, and give that love externally. That's drawing down the sun and moon. Okay. The next thing that's missing I've seen, honestly, is the teaching of the elements. Unfortunately, I don't see this in the books today. How many people, how many here, let me ask you all here this. How many here know what the elements teach?
We're waiting. Stand it up.
Okay, I know you, elements of 93. Okay, well, draw back into your um, internal database there.
Mhm. Hey, Mama Minnie. Welcome and thank you for joining.
The elements each have a various lesson to teach, and I'll show you why. Okay? You start off with the earth. The earth teaching is to silence. And if you look at the way that the earth moves, right? You look at the way the earth moves, it moves very silently and very stably. It doesn't move fast or rapidly unless you got an earthquake. It takes millennia to make a mountain. Okay? Now, so it teaches to be silent. When we're looking at the earth, we're looking at to be silent teaching as saying, it's time to go into introspective and go inside and look inside the self.
Yourself.
Okay? And that's the first part or journey of the witch anyway, is know thyself. Then the next teaching is the air's teaching. And the air's teaching says to know. Okay? Now, to know, why would the air teach to know? Let me ask that. Why would it say to know? Why would air say to know?
Give me 1 second. Expand. There you go.
Because the reason why air would say to know, that's a good, yeah, objectivity is power of the spoken word, yes, but let me go into a little more detail here. Look at what does the air carry in it as an element? The air carries taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound. Those are the five senses, right? And we use those five senses to assimilate knowledge and awareness of our surroundings. So in that case, the air is saying to know is to understand and to take in the knowledge of that thing. So when you ask the air's energy into your circle or into your thing, you're asking to provide the air element to provide you the knowledge and awareness of what you're doing it with it. Okay. Now we're going to go to the next one, the fire. The fire teaches us to will. Why would fire teach us to will? Well, let's look at fire. Fire consumes everything in its path until it no longer is there. It cleanses, it purifies, and it transforms. Exactly. It changes wood into ash. It changes everything into an ash, so it can be, and it goes back into the earth and starts over. So that's the will. And that's what we do in magic. We transform. We take the energy surrounding us and transform that energy. Okay, and bring that energy into a working force. Okay, it also provides activity. It teaches us to be active in our engagement with magics. Okay, the fire is a very active element. You know. Now let's look at the final two elements, and this is the final two are some of the most important we're to look at. We're going to look at water now. Water's teaching is to dare. And you're probably now looking at it going, he's saying to dare. Why would water teach to dare?
You can continue. Sorry.
Water teaches to dare, okay, because of the fact is that water either takes the shape of, goes around, under, through, breaks through its own path of an object. It can either adapt or it will change its own path just to continue flowing, right?
Thank you, Dave.
Well, that being the case, it definitely needs to be respected, agreed. And we have to dare in our own lives to move like the water and go with the flow, as it said. Sometimes it takes adaptability.
It does.
We have to adapt to our surroundings, accept our surroundings, respect our surroundings.
Always.
Okay, and water says that all. So to dare is water's teaching. Okay, and then the final teaching of the in the witch's pyramid is known as Irle or spirit, the fifth element, and that teaching is to evolve, which is overall the goal of the soul or spirit, is its evolution. So it needs all five of the teachings of the other, four of the teachings of the other elements in order to reach this point.
All work together.
This is stuff that is not in, you won't find this in the books anymore. I haven't seen it in years. So I'm going to tell every one of you, even Lisa Love there, she said she learned it differently. But what I'm saying makes more sense. This problem is that everything has been evolved and changed in our craft practice. And the last time I seen it actually written in a book about the Witch's Pyramid, other than the article I put in the magazine about it, was back in Drawing Down the Moon by Margot Adler, a book that I had from 1960 something.
Before all of us were here.
And that was the last time I had seen it. Okay. So this is what I'm saying, the craft is missing a lot, and I mean a lot of information anymore. Everybody's just trying to do everything. Okay? And y'all need help. I'm sorry to say, y'all need help. I'd like to bring back the old ways. I'd like to bring back the original traditions and everything, because they're missing. The value's missing. The desire to understand the spiritual path that it is missing. This is not something I do, guys.
Something we live and breathe.
I live and breathe the craft. I am the craft.
Again, everybody, I want to real quick thank everybody for joining. Welcome. God damn it, welcome. I'm joined by my friend, CEO, author, and owner of the magazine called Today's Witch. You can find it on Amazon. It's 50 years in the experience. Edward Saad. Like I said, he's a special guest. I want y'all to follow him. Ask him any questions y'all like about the craft. He's extremely knowledgeable. Please don't hesitate. And like I said, I'm here to let him do his due. I want y'all to listen to what he has to say today. Okay?
Well, yeah, jump in anytime. With
No, I
me.
will. I will. I will. I will.
Ask those questions for me. And
No,
you all in the thing. Ask those
that's,
questions,
that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. So don't
please,
hesitate. That's
ladies
what
and
we're
gentlemen.
here for.
Ask the questions about the craft that you have. I know there's lots of them. I've heard so many over the course of my many years.
One that I get
Okay.
a lot from a lot of people, which I'm waiting for this person to join in because I'm always getting frequently asked. He wants to know: is it necessary to do a circle when doing a spell or ritual? Is it necessary? Yes or no?
Okay. Casting a circle while doing a spell is not entirely necessary. The act of casting a circle, though, is creating a sacred space that separates yourself from the mundane threshold. Okay? The When you are working in spiritual work, you have to
Compared to
remind
wax.
yourself to remove yourself from the mundane principles, even for a period of time. A magic circle will do that in the aspect of, it gives you a physical representation or a internalized physical representation, such as when you cast a magic circle and you with your athame and don't draw an actual circle on thing, but you're drawing in an energy,
Mhm.
you are getting a representation of the an area which is protected from the outside, protected from the mundane, protected from interruption, which is very important when working with magic, that you want that protection from the interruption. You want to get away from the mundane. Okay? You want to get into, maintain in the spiritual side of things. Now, so in answer to that question, yes, it's necessary it's not necessary, but it is necessary to cast a circle. You don't have to, but it's recommended.
All right. So remember, y'all, questions, now is your time. Please take advantage of this right here. This is your place to ask the good magical questions. If you're doubting about the path you're walking in, if you think you're doing things wrong, or if you want a traditional approach on we should do your magic or approach it, now's the time to ask that question of what you should do and what can do or can't do. What's up, baby? What's up,
Here we go. I'm going to talk a little bit while I'm waiting for questions here.
baby? Mm-hmm. Welcome,
I'd like to
Crystal
talk.
Lee.
I would like to talk about initiation. Okay,
Good.
because there's a lot of misunderstandings about the craft and initiation into the craft.
Thank
Okay, when you're when you are you can self-initiate into the craft, which means you begin your own studies by yourself and everything else. You know, you learn about the craft as much as you can. You dig into all the information for years. Okay, and you dedicate your life to the god
you. Or goddess.
and goddess. Okay, now that's one thing. There is what's called traditional initiation, which means you're joining a coven or a group of like-minded individuals who practice a specific tradition or craft practice. Okay? That is the only time that you can achieve ranking in the craft is within a tradition. Okay? You are always going to be a priest to the craft regardless if you're an initiate, a self-initiate, or an initiate in a traditional. Okay? You're always going to be a priest in the tradition or priestess, okay? However, right, the rank of high priestess, as you hear a lot being thrown out there, I'm a high priest, I'm a high priestess, that rank is in traditional witchcraft, and it is in those that are joining a coven or a specific tradition granted to those who have reached the degree of third degree. Okay? Now, a third degree witch, by the way, in traditional magic, a third degree witch spent a minimum, and I'll tell you this right now, you cannot get this year and a day shit that you'll hear thrown out. The year and a day is nothing more than the time it takes from going from seeker to initiate. And that is in a tradition to base yourself on finding whether that tradition is right for you. That's the thing. It's a minimal thing. Year and a day. After that, it takes decades, people.
It takes a while. Yeah. This ain't gonna be
It takes
done.
the rest of your life.
That's dedication to the craft.
Okay? The rest of your life. Not just, well, I'm going to be a high priest in 3 years and 3 days.
Doesn't work that way.
Okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to disillusion you on this point. There's no way. Because you'll never gain the knowledge needed to even reach that degree in a coven or tradition, for one, in 3 years and 3 days. I don't care if you're a genius or genius IQ. You can't do it. Because there's also, in traditional magic and traditional witchcraft, there is also a very important feature to it. Lessons and learning and classes and attending Sabbats and SBATs. Each degree has a beaucoup amount of information that you have to get to before you even become close to moving into that degree. So, if you are looking for the title and you're not doing the craft for practice for the purpose of the craft, run back away. You're not in it for the right reason.
Exactly.
I hate to say this to you. I'm going to disillusion a lot of people with this statement.
Mm-hmm.
If you are trying to join the craft for title, prestige, fatism, because it's a cool thing to do,
don't do it.
no, people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what this craft is. That's not what it's about.
Takes dedication.
This craft is a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It is a spiritual journey of internal and external connection with the God and Goddess.
Exactly.
And until such time as you remember that point, ask yourself, why am I here? You will never stop learning. You're absolutely right, favorite.
You never stop learning, and that's a fact.
I, to this day, am always researching. You can, and the Grey Witch will tell you this. Because him and I have many discussions, and he'll tell you, I'm always learning, ain't I?
We're always learning,
seeking.
and that's part of it. It's a learning process. Going on, Jay.
Now, how do we never stop learning? How do we learn though? What things are available to us to learn from?
Hey, Jay.
Okay. To start with,
Good.
reach out to the community, find an elder. We're still out there, guys. We're not all dead
That's
yet.
what I keep telling them. Look for a closest coven. Find yourself the high priest, and talk to them.
And don't take everything they say for granted. The worst thing you can do is take everything they say as a word of law.
Do your own research.
I'm one of the first teachers that will tell my students, right? There's truth in everything and truth in nothing. The wise person seeks the truth regardless of the source. Therefore, take your ass out there, talk to many people.
Exactly.
If you're not sure of the answer and you're questioning it, then why ask yourself, why am I questioning it? Then come back and ask me if you need clarification, and I will give you another question to go find the answer for.
You'll get the answer.
And yeah, there's a lot of books out there, Mamaru. There are hundreds of books out there that are contradictory. They're not well researched anymore. They're AI generated. There are all sorts of things that are. This modern technology has destroyed our craft. Unfortunately, I hate to say this.
It has.
It is a spiritual path, people.
Not a technological path.
Go back to the roots. The roots of our craft begin in animism. The belief that everything is possessed of spirit. And that we know, and what we observed in nature. We are a nature-based religion. Okay? Which means we have to look at the procreation of nature. We have to look at how nature actually operates. Understand the truth of nature. And that's a good idea. Take what sits with you from each of the book and add it to your craft as you build it. Yes. I totally agree with you. But also seek out, when you're learning, seek out the sources of that information that you're using. Make sure that source is valid.
Don't just take
Okay.
their word for it.
I think that's the main key. And always remember, 100% always remember, this is not something you do, it's something you live. Okay? There are 3 main goals of the witch. Of 13 goals, there are 3 main ones. The first goal is know thyself. And that goal, my friends, is an ever-running journey. The second goal is know thy craft. That's where you apply your research and your learning and your study. The third goal, and that's open-mindedness. This is how this craft works. First one is honesty. Know thyself. Be honest with yourself. Second one is open-mindedness. Begin to learn. Right? Begin to understand. Open your mind. Get rid of all the bullshit that you've been told throughout the years. It doesn't apply. Okay?
I like that, Star Hunter.
That's a very good Star Hunter. I like that. Anything written is of man, knowing is of the spirit. Exactly. And the third is practice thy craft with wisdom. Okay? You can't gain that wisdom or the willingness to be, which is the third part of the how of the craft, how the magic works and how the craft works, without opening your mind and being self-honest. Okay? And be willing to learn. Open yourself. Okay? Again, practice thy craft with wisdom. Another thing that we hear a lot is the Wiccan read, right? And discernment, agreed, Star Hunter. Very much so. Discernment is the key. Be critical. Think critically. Don't just sit there and jump in saying because somebody says the sky is green and they have a title behind their name that the sky is green. You know what I mean? We hear the Wiccan read a lot. And I'm going to ask every one of you in here, okay? What is the threefold law?
Thank you for joining.
Anybody know?
1 second. I'm shuffling cards. Give me 1 second.
Harm none. That's a part of the read, but that's not the threefold law. I'm going to educate you on something. In the Wiccan read, which was written in 1962 or 42, comes back threefold. Yes. Now, those folds, very good. But those folds, right, is where people are misconstrued. They believe it's a mathematical thing. I'm going to change that whole perspective for y'all. Okay? Now, I'm sure every one of us here has a piece of paper somewhere.
Pretty sure. Got that out of the way.
I want you to take that piece of paper and I want you to fold it as if you're making a business letter, like a business letter.
It does come back to you.
What's that?
Someone say whatever you do comes back to you threefold in the
Fold.
Wiccan.
Yes, threefold. In three ways, though. I'm changing your whole perspective right here, right now. It's not mathematical. Okay? I want you to fold that piece of paper as if you're putting in a business letter. Okay? Open it back up. You still have a sheet of paper, but you have three folds or sections, right? In the first fold, I want you to put the word physical or section. In the second fold, I want you to put the word emotional. And in the third fold or section, I want you to put the word spiritual. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to put y'all through all y'all through two scenarios. I want you to visualize these because it's important here. Okay? You're walking in the park. There is a young lad or lady flying a kite. The kite falters and crashes to the ground. You walk over to the kite and rend it to shreds under your feet and walk off. Physically, what's happening to your body right now? Anyone care to respond? Are your muscles getting tight? Your stomach starting to turn?
Go through it.
You just destroyed this kid's kite.
Pretty much.
Right? So you're starting to feel physically ill, right? I'm very upset emotionally. Now, emotionally, how are you feeling? Guilt, shame, anger at yourself, right?
You know you did something wrong.
And spiritually, I bet you feel like you're in a total disconnect.
Embarrassed almost, exactly.
Embarrassed, yeah. You're totally disconnected from the spirit in this point, aren't you? Now we're going to change the scene.
Bob.
Okay? Scene 2. We're walking in the park. Young lad and lady or lady are flying a kite. Kite falters and crashes. You walk up to the kite, you launch it high in the air. And you show them how to pull the string to keep it taut and keep it up there. Right? Physically, what's happening to your body right now?
Joy.
You're feeling as young as that kid, aren't you?
Exactly. You want to get your kite of your own. Shit.
Right? Emotionally, You're sharing the kids' joy and looking at that kite touching the heavens, right? And lightness, right? Exactly, and everything like that. You're feeling all the energy, high energy, right? And spiritually, I bet you feel like that kite and you're touching the heavens. That's the threefold law, folks. It's how our choices affect ourselves and others in those three manners: physically, emotionally, and spiritually. In the immediate effect, dharmatic, not
Thank
karmatic.
you. There's one thing I do repeat myself saying a lot on my lives is be mindful, not only of others, but yourself on how you
Hmm.
approach others.
Be ever mindful your words, your thoughts, or your deeds, because each is energy manifest.
They have a cause and effect.
Now, Hummingbird, I'm gonna actually say something about that though. Do as you will and harm you none. Right? And these 8 words of Wiccan read fulfill, and harm you none, do what you will. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry meet and merry part, as the read says, okay? Now, harming none, all she's saying is because you can't avoid harming somebody, because somebody's going to take offense or harm from everything, okay? The whole thing that Doreen was saying in the read when she said that, right, is try to be mindful in what you do. Consideration of others. Consideration of yourself. Would you like this to be done to you? Or would you like this to be said to you? Then don't say it to the other. Because remember, folks, whenever you're pointing a finger this way, you've got 3 pointed back right at you.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
So whenever you're judging somebody, ask yourself, why am I judging myself, and what do I need to correct?
Big reflection of who you are.
That's the threefold law, folks.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. I did. Let's see. Everybody who's joined, and I didn't get a chance to thank you. Thank you for joining. Welcome. God damn it, welcome. Ishmael Diaz here, your Grey Witch. I'm accompanied by Edward Saab, a good friend of mine, very knowledgeable, over 50 years in the practice. And he's a high priest, and he's been just dropping good knowledge on us. Something we need, because for some reason, the old ways are losing their ways. Nowadays, the way people are producing their magic or trying to do their craft or something of that nature. My reason to bring him in today is to remind y'all that magic does have its roots. Us witches, we have our roots. You know what I mean? And they have their ways of doing things, which are being lost, which I think is a big contributor to our progress and how we want to be as witches nowadays.
Oh, everybody's quite welcome. I mean, like I said, feel free to do your homework, research your thing, because each of these traditions evolve around several different cultural values, and they incorporate various different archaeological and ancient cultures. And modern Wicca, what that was done in 1937 or 38 is when Gerald Gardner first approached the aspect of Wicca. Okay, and what he did is he took some of the ideas from several different schools of thought, everything from OTO, the spiritualist movement, animism, and other practices, and incorporated Wicca into Wicca as a building block to make it accessible to more people, to make the old ways more accessible to people and help them understand it. Now, and because of the fact that in religion there's a difference between religion and animism, big difference, but I'm not going to go into that because that can take days. But he brought it together in a format that most people recognized in a form of a religious format. Thus, Wicca became somewhat of a religion. It's still a spiritual practice, but it is a religion at the same time. So Wicca does have its valid roots in craft. It's not the actual full practice of the craft. There's so many other practices involved in it. That's why I said constantly study, constantly learn.
Your research.
On my website, the prcupcc.org, which I will type in now. Okay, I'll explain that in a few minutes, Lilith. Thank you. Just bear with me a second.
I know there's some people that join. Welcome. I want y'all to be thankful. Thankful that, life has granted us opportunities that we deemed, was impossible for us to even cross over or do. Remember that sometimes life is going to hit you with things. Sometimes we're not always going to cross that mountain. But when we do, know that you did it. Not everybody's going to hold your hand. This is why we keep on repeating. You got to do these things on your own. Nobody.
Okay, that is my website. One of my websites. Okay. And on that website, there is a Witch-Tanica Compendium, which is a book of shadows. Now, difference between Alexandrian and Gardnerian. Okay. Here's a many big differences, and I'll tell you why Alexander's formed the Alexandrian Wiccan tradition, because I am Alexandrian Wiccan and I know my history of it. I'm second generation, actually. I'm directly in lineage, second tier of lineage from the Alexandrian tradition. Okay, now, Alexandrian Wiccan tradition was formed as a basis behind taking the Gardnerian tradition and removing some of the things that were inappropriate within it. The Great Rite, for example. Okay, you will see in modern times that no one performs an actual Great Rite, they perform a ceremonial Great Rite. We could thank Alexander's for that. Okay, and the reason we do not perform the Great Rite in public is because it is a public sex act, according to Gardnerian traditions. Okay, and that goes against the moral codes of our society.
Pretty much.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Oh, the website is my website for the Pagans' Rights Coalition. When the organization I first mentioned when I came in.
I'm trying to find a way I can post it here.
There's a thing called Witch-Tanica Compendium on there, and if you go into that link, you'll find a whole mess of things, information unbelievable amount of information. If y'all are interested,
they're asking for the website.
Oh, I did. It's up above Star Hunter. www.prcupcc.org, index 1HTM.
It's right above Star Hunter, he said, y'all.
I can pin it, probably. Let me see if I can pin it.
See if you can pin it.
I don't know how to do a pin.
Me either. Be straight up.
Okay, now, the second thing he did is he removed the whole lineage principle. Alex removed the whole lineage principle. In Gardnerian traditions, okay, the guards say you have to be directly descended from someone who is directly descended from someone who is directly descended and hived off of someone who was taught by Gerald Gardner to be Gardnerian. Okay. Alex said, no, the craft needs to be given to everybody who seeks it.
I agree.
You don't necessarily need a lineage. So that is one of the many changes that Alexander's made.
Hey, Lady E, welcome.
And I want you guys to all be aware, too, that Alexander's original start, his beginnings, he was a member of the OTO, Order of the Thelemics Order, and a member of and he practiced ceremonial magic. He was part of Crowley's crew, actually, Aleister Crowley's crew, before he formed his own tradition. And he formed his own tradition based off of a combination of Crowley's practices and practices of ceremonial magic, and accumulated into it also the Gardnerian principles of initiatory Wicca. That's the history.
I'm looking for the website where I can pin it.
I'll type it back in again.
Okay. Everybody that I've missed who's joined, welcome. Welcome to my live. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Ishmael Diaz here, your Grey Witch, accompanied by Edward Sock. And I hope everybody's Sunday is doing well. I'm looking for it, if I can pin it.
Bear with me, I'm retyping. There we go, I retyped it.
All right, there goes the website. Let me touch on it. Okay, that. All right. So I pinned it. I hope everybody can see it. I think I pinned
Oh, you're quite welcome, Star. I can also be reached at that website too, by the way, and via several different ways to reach me. So I'm not unavailable, believe me. Ish will tell you I'm actually very available. I do answer my phone, don't I, Ish?
Yes, that's what we should be doing. Answering these phone calls, making sure you're in the right direction. And let me see, everybody else here, they know my situation about my toes and everything. I'm perfectly healed from that. Tomorrow I go to see my doctor. I get to see a prosthetic doctor. They're going to work on putting my foot into some casty thing, and they're going to work on making a custom shoe for my right foot. So
okay. Hummingbird, I currently take students online. Yes, they do not have to be Wiccan. I teach the craft as, as needed. Okay, to people. And I will let you find your path. I don't tell you what the right path is, because there is no one path. All paths are the right way.
Mm-hmm. It's up to you to work it.
The teachings I offer you, and this is not horn tooting or anything else when I say this, I am a theologian. Okay? I am a historian. And I'm definitely an expert in the craft, as Ish will tell you.
Mm-hmm. Telling you.
Okay, so therefore, the knowledge I will give you, I will guide you in the way, wherever path you're on, I will be able to guide you in it. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, Taoist, Confucius. I've studied them all.
Okay.
Also, Hummingbird, not being field called to any one entity.
Thank you, Star.
Okay, means one thing to you right now. I can only say one thing about that right now. It means you're still on your journey yet. What you need to consider within your journey on a personal level would be to find within yourself what culture best resonates with you. Okay? And when it does, when you find this answer, seek out the mythos of that culture. After you seek out the mythos of the culture, right? Then the next step is choose what you wish to emulate. What do I want to be like? For example, okay, in the Gardnerian and Alexandrian traditions, they primarily follow the Celtic pantheon. Agreed, Enchantress.
I agree with that too.
Okay, and that's where, and you can be eclectic. There's nothing wrong with eclecticism. Honor and respect all cultures individually. I mean, understanding all cultures is key
Very much.
because our gods and goddesses, they're living, breathing within us in a spiritual sense, okay? But they are archetypal principles. They are deigned to be what we are trying to emulate ourselves to become, how we want to be. How do we want to act? In what accord? My personal pantheon, personal matron and patron, for example, is Tyr and Freya. Freya is a goddess of wisdom, but also a warrior. Tyr is a spiritual warrior. He's a goddess of knowledge and truth. And that's what I try to emulate. So they are my personal. Yeah. You don't have to set your craft on any one particular one. I'm not saying that.
No.
Choose whatever, whatever you can relate to. Remember, they are archetypal principles.
Exactly. Bob?
And that's the key, folks. Remember, they are archetypal.
4 months to fall.
And you want to emulate, if that's what you wish to emulate, connect it to the main source, right? Because one thing in the craft, thank you, Enchantress. One of the things that in the craft, and it's most important, okay, to remember is this. We in the craft do not personify the divine creative force because we do not allow our egos to put limited values on the infinite. Okay? We recognize creation in all things.
Bob.
We borrow the god goddess principles or archetypes in order to do one thing, to recognize that these forces are what are needed in the creative balance, a masculine and feminine principles to create whatever we're working on.
Thank
So
you.
you're going to. The creative force, you can't put finite limits on it. That's reducing it. Reducing the creation to being man ego. That's saying I'm better than creation. No, folks. We're not. Did God create man or did man create gods?
Let that simmer for a little bit.
Actually, both. The creation created everything. The universe created everything. The deities were created by man as symbolic representations of those particular, like I said, archetypal principles.
We all are smart.
I don't know how long we've been running. I'm sorry. But everybody, I mean, I'm really enjoying this, folks. You guys are giving me a lot to.
Yes, anything written by man is no good.
Exactly. And one does not exist without the other. But in our craft practices, like I said, we use gods and goddesses. We borrow from different cultural gods and goddesses to represent what we're trying to emulate and how we wish to be, how we wish to live our lives, how we wish to be. Right? That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful to do that. That's what the purpose that's spiritualism. That's understanding. That's accepting of our individual small, small, tiny, atomic level small part of the creation force. But we are all important to the creative force.
You matter. You play an important role in this life.
And we are all stewards and servants. Okay. So it's acceptable to identify and work with the same entity energy across cultures. Yes. It is. I don't know if you were here a little bit earlier, Enchantress Alora, when I was doing the teachings of the elements.
No, I think she was. Hey, Lilith.
Okay, well, the actual I'm not going to repeat I'm not going to repeat the teachings of the elements because it was a kind of a long drawn out process.
It is, but I will be reposting this live so y'all can go into it and y'all can get it here.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So anyway, the elemental teachings are very. You can find this on the live. I know he's going to have this live on there, and this live is going to blow up.
I want people to understand what's happening here and what needs to be said and heard.
And but by the way, in a good news sense, folks, me and Ish have been talking. We're going to do this regularly, weekly.
Yes, we're gonna bring them in here once a week, and we can get on with different subjects of the craft. Y'all have traditional, magical, witchcraft questions. You have him. I'm non-traditional. I'm gray witch. I'm not light, not dark. I'm right in the veil. So those questions that are not traditional, you can come to me. So you have best of two worlds right now.
So I hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope so, Hummingbird.
We need old magic back to this new ways, okay?
We need to bring the old ways back.
Yes. Yes, we do.
I've spent 50 years in the craft, like I said, and 50 years dedicated to teaching and understanding and learning and the value of and dedication to the god and goddess. And I'm seeing, unfortunately, a deterioration in our craft as of late. It's losing its value. And I want to bring it back. I want to bring our roots back.
Lisa, you can always reach him whenever you want. Any one of y'all here, y'all have any questions after this live, please reach out to him. Ask him anything.
I'm gonna leave my email and you can reach me on here on TikTok. Now it's Tamarin002. My email is you can reach me at is Tamarin33 at yahoo.com. And I'm typing it in right now. feel free to join to look at my website and everything else. That, and we have a magazine out called Today's Witch. It is the only monthly magazine for pagans in print in the world.
That's what I keep telling y'all, man. Y'all got to go to that to find it. Go to Amazon and other. If there are any places you can find it besides Amazon,
Amazon, also on today'switch.net now. The magazines are available on today'switch.net.
So if y'all go to today'switch.net, you can find the magazines there. And like he said, every month is something different, something new, something exciting. I'm telling y'all know what y'all getting yourself into on this one. For real. There's some good stuff. Thank you, Dark Deals.
And thank you, everybody, for allowing me the privilege to come here today. Thank you, Ish, for allowing me to join you in these. And I really enjoyed our discourse and our discussion.
Thank you, Alex.
From everybody.
Please hit like, share this video with every friend you can possibly can out there. Please.
Oh, there's so much more to learn.
For real. Y'all ain't even opened the fridge yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just putting your hands in the handle. Shit. There it is.
I'm going to share a funny story with you.
Grateful. And like I told my friend here, Edward, I'm going to share with y'all. It was just 2 months ago when I said to my girlfriend, I'm going to bring Edward in one day. And I know things are going to change for all of us in the way we thought magic was, but the way magic should be. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of the old ways. They're the ways that got us to where we are today. Okay, so don't be afraid to go back in time and learn something from old magical ways, because you'd be surprised how that can be useful in these days. Probably more effective. So
I'm gonna share something real quick with y'all that happened, and Ish was there with us when it happened too. I used to do a round table on StreamYard.
StreamYard, that's the one.
And I used to do a round table, and when I did my round table, we were discussing the origin of the soul one day. In fact, it was a 2-part series that we had done on it.
I remember that.
The second time we were talking about the soul and its origin, we started delving deep into this category to the point where we were actually breaching boundaries that the universe didn't want us to do.
Exactly. I didn't like what we were talking about in the energy we were giving out.
The universe looped our feed.
They'll say, "What y'all? Y'all gotta stop.
Now, every one of us jumped back in, tried to continue it. It stayed looping. I contacted StreamYard, and they told me they'd never had that happen before. So apparently, we dove into the universal consciousness that day, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And that's something everybody here does too, believe it or not. But that day was an amazing experience. It was a different way of thinking of what you think you feel. That's what the impression I got on that day, because things were different. The energy was different. The levels of even our energies frequencies were going out of whack.
Yeah, we delved into the origin of the spirit and soul.
We got really deep in it.
And like I said, we got in deep. I mean, we got into deep to the point.
Exactly. It's crazy, man. It really is. It is, yo. But that says a lot about the power you have within you. the effects it has, not just in your life, but in other people's lives. Like I've said in most of my lives before, remember, you have the cause and effect and the ability, along with the magic, to do whatever it is you want to do in this life. Just make sure you do the right thing, like I always say to y'all. Just because you have the power to bend will doesn't mean you should be going out there and bending someone's will.
Oh, one of the mainstays of at least the Wiccan
Okay?
traditions and traditional magic is you do not bend the will of another individual.
Don't do that. Sonja, welcome.
Add it, harm none, do what you will means in that regard too, because you do not bend the will of another individual. So when you're thinking of working, never do it. When you're thinking of working magic, ask yourself that question. Why am I doing this? Am I actually trying to affect the will of another individual? If I am,
Welcome, Randy.
then am I willing to do this upon myself?
Exactly. Think about you.
Because
first.
there is a prayer called the Witch's Prayer that you literally are inviting them their karma immediately. Okay? I'm not going to recite the prayer because people are going to try to abuse it. And of course, I'm not saying you will, but I'm just saying I don't trust it, because one of the first things that I tell people that ask me about that prayer is very simple this. Are you willing to say it on yourself? Because if you say it on yourself, if you're willing to invoke that upon yourself, then you can use that prayer. But I'm not going to explain that prayer in detail, because the simple fact is I do not wish, it's not a prayer you want to abuse. It's not a light prayer. It's instant karma.
Instant karma. In a scale that's very nasty for your brain to understand.
So,
again,
but we'll get into that another day when everybody's more.
So let me see. We have half hour, 32 minutes left here. I am gonna share some of the palm reading cards that I usually share, and then the last 10-15 minutes is all about us again. And I just wanted to share a few things because I always share palm reading cards.
No problem.
Now, if there's something I do share with you about the palm reading, the cards itself, is that 1,000,001 things can come out your mouth, but the hands on the lines on your hands never lie. They will tell you things about you either knew already, didn't know, or try to forget, because that's just the way things work, and some people are just random. So be mindful that not everybody will have all the lines that are indicated. Some of them are just 40%. That's a small number. But if you do have some of these lines, some of these shapes that comes in this deck, man, that's who you are. That's part of your connection into this world, and you can change things if you really want to. Okay, none of this is negative. It just tells you things about you. Okay, so we're gonna start working on the lifeline. These are for people who have a wide and sweeping hand. Okay. Well, the lifeline is actually here. Oops, sorry about the light. The light is always interfering. But we're gonna be talking about this right here. This is your lifeline. So if you look at your thumb and you see that line that go around here, this is your lifeline, okay? Just like it shows here. Now, when it says wide and sweeping, unlike most people who has it cornered or just in a set section, this one's actually more stretched out down here, okay? So if you have that, this is explaining who and what you are. It says a line that comes across the whole palm indicates your thirst for adventure. You relate well to children and you enjoy helping those in need. So that means this is a good trait. That means you do good things. Okay, again, we're gonna be. Now I can see it better. You see how it doesn't just, because if it was normal, it'll just be here and go around. But this one's more looped onto the middle of your palm. Okay, so if y'all want to take a screenshot of this, please do. You can. All right, thank you. The next card is still on the lifeline. This one, when it hugs the thumb. Now the last one was a bigger loop to the outside. This one's more brought in. So this is more common and more typical for some, which is more bred. Unlike the last card, it was more out to the middle of the middle finger almost, okay? This one says, if this line hugs the thumb, it indicates that you are reluctant to take the lead. You don't always stand up for yourself, but defend others. You are mental rather than physical. Okay, again, if you want to take a screenshot of it, please do. And we're talking about the line on the thumb that's inside inner words, unlike the last card previous that was outside. Okay, this is the lifeline. All right, the next one is card number 35. We're gonna be talking about the major lines, the headline and the headline touching the lifeline. Only 40% of people have this. That means not everybody, or maybe not all of us here, may just have this one, okay? Now, the normal hand, these two lines right here, let me put this down. These two, let me put me on the bigger thing real quick, Edward, if you don't mind. Let's see how I do this again. I forgot how to do this all over again. Oh, I tap on you. Shrink. You still there? Edward, where did he go? Did Edward just leave? Give me 1 second, y'all. I just joined him again. I mean, asked him to join. I don't know what happened there. I didn't kick him out. There you go. I don't know what happened, Edward. So, like most lines, when it comes to this right here, this
I got
part right
dropped.
here, I don't know what happened there. I really don't.
I got dropped a second. I don't know why.
Okay.
Hold on, man. Let me get my camera going.
All right, just explaining this card. So this one is going to unite your head and your lifeline right here. Okay, so we're gonna start from down here, and it's gonna unite. Most of us have it separated, like me, for example. Mine's very separated, as you can see. Doesn't unite it at all. But this is for the ones who have this lifeline and the headline meet up right here underneath your pointer finger. Okay. It says if the headline touches the lifeline at the start, this suggests that you are a cautious person who thinks before acting. So that's pretty awesome. So if y'all want to take a screenshot of it, we're talking about the lifeline and the headline touching together right here, touching in general. Okay, most of us, like I said, we have it separate in some kind of way. Okay. So the next, I don't know, I held it long enough for y'all to take a screenshot of it. And we're almost done here. I'm only going to give you a few because there's a lot to share. Makes sense, Alyssa. Now, this one, we're going to be talking about the major lines, the gap between the headline and the lifeline. Again, the gap. This is what I just spoke about. The last one had it united, remember? This is the one we normally see, where we have that space right here where they're not touching, okay? A gap between the start, the headline, and lifeline indicates you are independent and impulsive. The larger the gap, the more outspoken and impulsive you are. Check this out. So take a screenshot of it. Pretty sure there's many of y'all here with us tonight, all right? Again, welcome everybody. It's Sunday. I want everybody to enjoy yourselves. Again, I know it's been a tough week for most people, and believe it or not, you made it. Nobody woke you up in the morning to tell you to get on your feet and do what you need to do for your life and for the others in your life. You did this for yourself. You did this by yourself. The strength that relies within you is mostly unknown until you have a situation that you would be surprised with. That inner strength that you claim you don't have, I don't got the strength for this. Yeah, that comes right there. So don't lose faith in yourself, everybody. Okay, like I said, on my lives, I always say this. I know things are dark outside our house, outside our comfort zones. There's an ugly dark cloud out there, okay? Don't let that dark cloud be the dominant force of your life, how it should go and how it should drive things for you to be in your life. You still got your life to live. You still got your magical walkings and your magical path to keep going through. Life is not going to stop because things outside your house are falling down. Now, remind you, not everything in life is always going to go bad. Like there's good, there's bad. They coincide together. all this unnecessary nastiness we see right now, this will pass because peace must always come and bring to light. So don't discourage yourself. Like I said, don't give in to the darkness that's out there. Balance. Thank you. So be strong. And again, thank you all for being who you are. Thank you for the support. Really enjoy this very much. And one more card and me and Edward can keep on going for this last half hour, okay? Now the next one we're gonna be talking about the minor lines. Okay, now the minor lines are basically these little ones here on the lifeline, okay? This one doesn't have picture. It just gives you a nice little description what I will read for you real quick. Each palm differs in the nature of its minor line, and no one will have all these lines, just like I explained before. In fact, some of these people will only have 2, 3, or 4 lines on their palms. This indicates that makes life exactly as it comes, and do not stop to think and reflect. Many of the smaller lines can be caused by stress and tension. For example, a nervous person would have more lines on their palms than someone relaxed and casual about life. So you can look at that right now. So if you have a lot of lines in your hands, too much than the humans should have, that means that's how much you worry about life. That's how much unnecessary weight is in your shoulders right now that just don't need to be there. Okay, so shave them off. You don't need all that. You don't need all these people around your life. Okay, to be honest with you, I can guarantee most of y'all here, most of us here have 5 to 10,000 followers. I can guarantee we talk to 5 or 6 of them on a monthly basis. I'm just saying here, not everybody in your life is going to be good to you or talk to you in your life. So you must always think of you first and make sure that the steps you take are firm. You know what I'm saying? All right, 1 card left and we can do this. Now we're working on the line of Mars. The line of Mars, the sister line. Okay, the line of Mars is right here. Now, it's not the bigger line. We're going to be talking about the line that's inside the bigger line, okay? Not the bigger one, the smaller one. Again, not everybody's going to have this, but if you do have it, this is for you, all right? Talking about the smaller line, like I said, not everybody's going to have it. It says here, this is a fine line on the thumb side of the left line, like I just explained. This line is like having a second lifeline. It provides a protection and is always fortunate to see in a hand. So if you have this, it is a beautiful, magical thing that you have it because it says a lot about your personality, how you are, and how you treat people, and how you view a lot of things in your life. You don't need all these people in your life. I even shaved off family. Fuck all that. You don't need everybody in your life. Not everybody's going to be in your life when you die anyway. You know what I'm saying? So why should you stop for people when you have your main life to live for? This is your only opportunity at this living, breathing thing called life, the human experience. You ain't gonna get this shit again. Even if you get resurrected, it will not be the same. My message here is simple. Do things right this lifetime. This is the only chance we got at it. Do things right for yourself first. Always put yourself first. Everything else is just everything else that comes with it. How you want to treat it and go about this is about you. Always be mindful of everybody because not everybody's going to be mindful of you. Okay? Be careful how you go out to treat people because not everybody's going to treat you the same way you treat them either. Sometimes, like I told my friend yesterday, it is better to keep to yourself. Right now, this is a bad place. Okay? So just be mindful of these things out there. Know that the world is not going crazy. People are going crazy. Okay, the world still spins naturally the way it's supposed to. Be authentic, exactly. Be yourself. Don't be something you're not. Don't try to be the next me. Be the first you. You know what I'm saying? Be unique. So I'm done here. I hope y'all like these these palm reading cards. Shows you a lot about yourself. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I did start something a couple days ago, and I'm gonna continuously do it on every morning, is to give you one of these every day. Whether it's a card, a reading, a depiction, or something of that nature from this palm deck, I want to give you something every day. Again, please get this deck for yourself. This is actually the name of the card. You can find it on Amazon, no less than 15, 20 bucks, and with delivery and all this good stuff. She has to be here.
Adorable.
She has to be here. She has to be here. And then she knocks down everything. She knocks down my candles, my Lilith
Well,
statue.
she's a familiar.
Yeah, she does.
She's a familiar.
Let me explain to you how familiar this one is. When I left for Boston a few months ago, she had an attitude with me. She really, really got angry. I never had a cat so angry at me that not only
Oh,
she
yeah.
bit me in my shoulder, this little heifer peed on my shoulder.
Uh-huh.
All right, I thought I was in an R. Kelly concert again, full of nightmares. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm like, I never had a cat so mad at me that they would pee on you like that. I didn't know what to do or say. I wanted to take it to a Chinese restaurant, but I love my cat. I love my cat.
Oh, of course. Mine was like yours.
I love my cat. But
It's
these cats,
My cat was like yours. When I left to Arkansas, remember when I was out traveling?
mm-hmm.
Well, when I left for, I was out in Missouri. Or no, I was out in Oregon. And my cat literally took my sister's altar and threw and kicked everything off her altar and meowed several times at her
Yeah,
to send me back home. I said, put her on the phone. So I put her, so Mary put me on speaker, right? I said, Miss Thing, knock your shit off, right?
Miss Thing.
I'll be home soon, right? And she's like, wow, smack, now, smack.
Dude,
So, yeah.
these cats are something else. They really are.
Oh,
They really are.
and we love them to death.
We do. We do. Sometimes I prefer animals than human beings. I'll be straight up with you.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
You know what I'm saying? We have we have 6 cats, 1 dog, and now the goat. Love my animals. Love my animals. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is your path. How you want to walk it is up to you. Be responsible. Be mindful. Be kind. Even if no one treats you kind, still be the bigger, better person and be kind. That little reward will come back to you later on. Trust me.
And also, reach out. I'm going to add to that. Reach out to your elders like Ishmael, myself, and others.
We're here.
We're here for you.
We're here. And young, it's not about not everybody, because I got this a lot from people. Just yesterday I got a random message from some lady offering me a 4-card spread for $85 a card. And first of all, how the fuck do you know what my ancestors are trying to tell you? I know y'all have gotten this before. I know y'all are probably still getting the messages from these people. Your ancestors just gave me a message to give you. How would you know what my ancestors have to say about me?
If my ancestors have something to tell me, they're going to come tell me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They would come to us directly, and by signs we would know. But no
Exactly.
person out there is going to have that connection to your ancestors. That's why they are called your ancestors, not
Yeah.
your ancestors.
And on top of that, they're also those are your biggest scam artists and your liars out there.
Exactly. So please be
Okay.
careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of them out there who are trying to give a good front. Next thing you know, they're trying to ask you for hundreds of dollars or scam you for some crazy. Just be careful. Just be careful.
I'll tell you what you do. This is something I've done to fake psychics and fake, money hunters and con men like that, or con women. You know what I said to them? I got a call one time from the psychic hotline. What's your name? You're psychic, you tell me.
Oh,
Well, what's your date of birth? You're psychic,
Okay.
you tell me.
again, for real, same question.
What's your horoscope sign? You're psychic, your sun sign. You psychic, you tell me.
I asked this one person asked me that question about them, and they did. I told them things about him when he was 15.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
want to share into the light. He ain't like that. I ain't hear from this person ever again. No one has that knowledge about you
No.
personally. Your ancestors, the way you communicate, that's all. That's you, not nobody else.
Yeah, and they have and when you chime in like that, when they chime in like that and say that, just turn around and come off with, well, you're psychic, you tell me. Guaranteed they'll hang up after the fourth time you say that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
And they will never bother you again.
Yeah, she kisses me too.
She loves you, Daddy.
She's
She
a
loves
lover.
you, Daddy.
She's a lover. She's a lover. She follows me everywhere. I wake up every morning. She's looking at me like this, sideways. I'm like, the hell you looking at me for? Here goes the man. Bop bop bop. Here goes bop bop bop. Shut up. Out there, everybody.
Oh, he's awesome. He's
There goes
awesome.
Bob, y'all. He is chilling, dog. Yeah, he wraps his neck around my arm. He hugs me. He comes to me and my girl. He loves us to death. And he's very, very good with all the other animals in the house. They come to him. They smell him. They smell each other. He starts doing the sideways goat jumping thing and everything. And he is just a chill goat, dude. Look, he just chills. Well, of course, Lilith's there. Like I said, she follows me everywhere I go. If I would have pushed, she'd be the child I'll give birth to. I swear to God. Come on, Lily. Dale. Bob, Bob. Oh, I don't know if I showed y'all this either. I'm sorry. We got him a new little sweater thing going on for him. Look at this.
Oh, neat.
And it's very, very smooth. It's very cottony. It's like made out of cotton or something. So he's very comfortable with that because sometimes it gets chilly in here. What's up, puppy? Yeah, he'll give me the horns. He's not afraid of that too either. So I have
Now-
this little game I play with him. I do this with my hand raised, and he'll jump on 2 feet, and we'll just boom with our hands and all this good stuff.
Now and then, grab him a branch off of the tree. I'm serious. Now and then, grab him a tree branch
Okay, I will.
and hand it to him because he'll love it. He'll love it. I had 2 goats, so I know.
We're working up to see if we can find a second one, a companion for him.
My 2 goats were Luna and Billy and Luna.
We have a neighbor I'm going to talk to. Maybe we'll talk to them first because they're not far from us. And I want to see if they can help us with another one. And if not, I will look through that where you just told me. Because we want to find him another companion. I know he don't mind being alone, chilling, because he always got us. But I know another companion goat would be suitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anybody here have any questions of today, what we went through, I always post my lives after we're done. I share the highlights with everybody. You can also go to my YouTube channel, which is posted on my bio. This live will be there as of tonight. So y'all can go there and check that out. And Edward's here. Y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to this man, okay? Over 50 years in the practice. If anybody I can recommend that knows their shit about magic is going to be this man right here. Okay, because even I've learned stuff and still learning things about him. Now, the difference between us are 2 different worlds. He's a traditional witch. I'm not.
No, you're a hereditary witch.
I'm a hereditary witch, generational witch. So what they do and the way they believe is very different to the way I came up into magic. So y'all gonna get 2 perspectives of different ways of doing things. That's what I'm saying. And don't hide your magic and don't hold your magic back either, please.
Well, I had a great time being here, and talking to everybody and meeting everybody in the post. I mean, every one of y'all in there. It's been my pleasure to be able to speak with y'all, and thank you for the interaction and everything.
Thank you. Honey.
I will see what I will. Any of you want to follow me? It's Cameron02 to follow me.
I can follow
Feel
him.
free.
You can see his profile. Follow him. Message him, please.
Message me. I'll be happy to talk with you. If you guys need a one-on-one consult for anything and Ish is not available, I can try to be available myself. Just leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I see it.
Found the fresh still smells like cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. Ew. Weird
Hi,
combo.
Thorn. Yes, my name is Ed.
Hey Thorn, welcome. It has been a while.
Do I know
Thanks for
Thorn?
being adventurous. Sounds familiar.
Have we met Thorn? Oh, we have spoken? May I ask where we've connected?
Trying to remember that one too. Not in person.
Oh no, I'm talking about in online. Where we connected.
What's that? What is that? Ah, Facebook,
Facebook. Okay.
probably.
Yeah, on Facebook. I probably have talked to you. Yes, it's me, Ed.
So we got like what, 6 minutes. So I do want to thank everybody for being here today with us. It was a real honor having y'all here. I really appreciate everybody for coming. Remember that you are the source that's needed. You are the light that should be seen in a lot of people's dark days, because you are that light. Okay. I'm honored to have Edward here with us today. It means a lot to me. He's a good friend and very dear friend of mine. Okay. It means a lot to me having him here because I want y'all to listen to what he had to say. And now you have the opportunity to reach out to him yourself, ask him all the questions, magical or not. That's what we're here for, like he said. Remember, the job of an elder is not just to teach you a magic something, is actually here to listen to you.
Yeah, I'm always a servant. My job as an elder is a servant of the God and goddess.
Exactly.
I am a servant before. I'm always going to be a student, but I'm also here to teach. I mean, that's what Freya has driven me to do, and I'll tell you all the story next week on how I became a teacher. And so,
Thank you.
as a teacher, you're always an eternal student. And as a member of the craft, you are always an eternal servant of the Lord and Lady,
Exactly.
of the God and Goddess. When you put yourself above them or others, you are diminishing your true self.
Very much. So honor your gods and your goddesses. Eternal students. Hey Stormy, welcome.
Every time me and Ish say goodbye to each other, one of the things we say to each other is "Namaste, brother." Right? And Namaste translates to my soul recognizes the spirit, my spirit recognizes the spirit within you.
So remember that these words also have a connection to how your energy wants to flow it out of you, for that other person can regulate their energy and become one with that connection. So your words have power, and it also has cause and effect.
I see you, exactly. Namaste, I see you.
I see you, exactly. I think I posted something Namaste the other day. If not, I'll repost it again. So we have 1 minute left here. Everybody, thank you, Edward. It was always an honor. We're going to do this once a week, every week. Me and Edward, we're going to come here together and we're going to talk and we're going to help you understand a lot of things you've been either haven't heard or misled you to where you are today, because there's a lot of detail missed in the last 20, 25 years when it comes to the craft. So again, I'm gonna go through this video. I'm gonna share it on my YouTube channel. Y'all can go there. It's on my bio. Y'all have someone new to understand things in the way that y'all probably never understood because they was never probably taught to you this way. He's the one you would want to go to for them questions. Okay, Edward. Thank you very much for being here, brother. It means a lot to me.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
And we got 10 minutes left. Just most of y'all just be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Life is, like I said, life is life. Enjoy it. Okay, it ain't always gonna go our way. No, it's not. But when we still have to manage to go with the flow. And this is where, like I said, this is where you shine. Because the more you say you can't, that's when the more your body says you do.
Can't means won't.
And if there's anybody stopping you, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Remember that. So the website is
todayswitch.net for the magazine. Okay, all one word, todayswitch.net. Okay, and I'll type it in there. It is the only monthly magazine in print for paganism. It's $14.95 is what it cost. $5.95 for the digital copy.
There's a digital and a physical copy, y'all.
Physical copy is $14.95. There's 2 copies, types of copy. Also, my other website is prcupcc.org, which is /index1.htm, which is posted in the comments. So feel free to make sure you browse through the comments and you'll find the website. That website is a online book of shadows. For example, one of the things in that website is a 9,000 plus herbal encyclopedia. So if anyone is interested in herbalism,
it's there. Hey Thorn, if you do have an article to write, you can write an article.
Oh yeah, you can write articles for our magazine. Feel free to submit them to editor@todayswitch.net.
Okay.
We'll be happy to see them. I read them. We please only ask one thing. Okay, we spoke about your book. Okay. And we only ask one thing: when you are writing for the magazine, please, no politics, no agendas. We are an educational magazine. We strictly stick to educating.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you, Thorn. Bright Pink, welcome. Unfortunately, we got like 7 minutes left until the live is over, but I will be reposting it. You can also find this live on my YouTube channel like the rest of my lives and update you every week. I'm going to bring Edward up here. We're going to do our little thing here for 2 hours, and y'all more to open to ask questions. If you have an idea, something of that nature, please don't just keep it in. Let it out.
How about every Sunday-ish?
We can do every
Sunday. Today. It's today's Sunday. We can do it every Sunday.
We can do it. All right, every Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Sounds great to me.
Say Sundays, Thorn. So everybody, like I said, no matter what your practice, no matter what your path, just
the tattoos on my hand are the symbol for Luna Guitars. I'm also a musician, and I also play mostly Luna guitars. So therefore, I had the tattoos of the Luna guitar symbol on my hand because I used to work for him too.
Hey, Lilith.
Mm-hmm. I used to actually work for Luna.
Nice. Luna, that's our cat's name. She's a mini Maine Coon mix. She's not growing much, but and she's a shepherd for the devil. This bitch worked for the devil. She's evil. This cat is evil, and she ain't even big. Makes you wonder about these animals. You gotta see her sometimes. Sometimes she may look like the innocent one. This little one will come out of nowhere and knock your drink on your head and look at you with those baby eyes. Animals are something else, dude. I swear to God, I love them, man. Oh. Yeah. I got like 5 more minutes. So again, everybody, be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for this life you live. Again, this is our only opportunity to live it. Do what you will with it, but do it right. Okay, not everybody, like I said, not everybody will understand how you are. They're not supposed to. You're not here to be understood by everybody. You're here for you. And if you have children, of course, the family thing, you know how that goes. But you're the main star of this movie right here. And you're trying to look for a best supporting actor or actress. You put tattoos on your palm.
Yeah, you can put tattoos on your palm. But the only thing I'll tell you one thing though, they do not last as long because of the fact you are constantly grabbing and using things,
Exactly.
and they will wear off.
Exactly. Because my friend has a tattoo on his hand. It's already been faded. He just got it 2-3 years ago.
They will fade. They will fade.
They won't last as long.
And that's because you use your hands constantly, and you're constantly losing skin cells, and they'll fade very quickly.
Very fast. So, be free. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, be free. You are a different type of witch, whether you practice light magic, dark magic, it doesn't matter. You own it. You make sure that you master the practice that you're trying to practice. You know what I mean? And don't let nobody stop you from doing things you really enjoy doing. Again, whether you're on the light path or on the dark path, it doesn't matter. You do what you love to do. Just do it responsibly. I always tell people to practice safe magic, no matter what it is, the magic you're performing or trying to practice. Why would someone see? Well, the thing about palm reading, unlike tarot and oracle, palm reading is very intimate within the reader and the messenger and the person who's going to get it. It's not like tarot where I could just pull a few cards and we just talk about things. It's not like oracle where I could just pull a few cards and say the same thing. No. When it comes to palm reading, it's very intimate because you are allowing me to go into some things and details you do not let nobody else know in your world. So it is very personal when you do it.
In a way, however, I'm going to correct you on one thing there, Ish. Tarot, when done correctly, is the same. Okay? The reason I'm saying this is because as a tarot reader and as someone who has very written a book on tarot, a 293-page book on tarot, the symbols in the tarot cards and the fact is that the tarot is used as like a tool, like any other tool. It is used as a way to initiate contact with the spirit self of another individual. Okay? Yeah, the book's called The Magic of Tarot, by the way. With Magic with a K of Tarot. It's by myself and Emily Thornton. It's also available on my website, todayswitch.net.
Damn, we got 1 minute already.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but tarot reading.
You're good.
As a tarot reader, like I said, it's a tool. Like everything else we use, it is a tool to connect ourselves with the spiritual aspects of, the individual we're reading for and so forth, including ourselves. It's a connective tool. And the thing about it is, if you have to know how to interpret the messages behind it.
Exactly.
Whenever I read, Lissa, whenever I read, now I've been doing this, like I said, for 50 years. Whenever I read the cards, the first thing I tell people is, I'm not telling your fortune.
Mm.
That's bullshit.
I'm not here for that.
I can't tell your fortune because every choice you make, you're going to alter the future.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you where you're at, why you're making the choices you're making, and what you're doing now. And you're not going to like what you have to hear all the time.
Star Hunter asks, what's the best way to cleanse a deck?
Okay, best way to cleanse a tarot deck is to take some
Hey,
sea
Quentin.
salt,
Quadoria, thank
And-
you. Welcome.
sea salt, and place the deck in a bowl of sea salt. Overnight, lay it out in the moon. That'll totally clear off all energies of the deck.
Y'all got a blue moon tonight. Don't forget.
Yeah, it is a blue moon tonight.
You got a blue moon tonight. Don't forget about that. So do your preparations, moon water, crystals. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Tonight's a good moon. It's gonna have a lot of good energy.
Yeah, me too, Lissa. Very blunt and honest when it comes to reading.
Hablando de brujería y su fuerza interna que mucha gente no saben cómo destruir en estos días porque hay mucha gente que están perdidos o están débiles porque la religión lo han debilitado. Y no hay mucha gente con tanta fuerza. So, todos los domingos yo vengo aquí, hablo con la gente un ratito, me aseguro que ellos se pueden entender la fuerza que ellos tienen entre ellos mismos para que ellos entiendan. I hope this explained to my friend who just came in Spanish. She asked what's going on here, and I just told. I don't do French. I like French fries and I like French toast, but I can't speak the French.
Moi, je parle français, j'ai un cantonais de français dans l'école.
See, there you go. Thank you. But unfortunately, it is 7. The 2 hours have passed. I have things to do and I have phone calls and I got some mentoring to do. I will be posting this live. I want everybody to understand what has happened today and the magic of this is going to bring to everybody's life. Okay? Edward, thank you for stopping by. We're going to do this regularly every Sunday at 5 o'clock, y'all. Me and Edward's going to come here live. We're going to spit some good old different type of knowledge of magic to you that probably you haven't heard or never heard of. Because things are different, okay? So thank you all for coming by, stopping by. It's always an honor to see y'all here, okay? Don't be yourself. I mean, don't stop being yourself. Be kind to each other and be mindful. If you want to add anything, Edward, you can.
No, nothing else to say. Thank you, everybody, for having me here. I'm glad to have been here. Thank you, Ish.
You're very welcome, brother. So to
And
everybody,
I look forward to our future working together.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice
with everybody and teaching.
So everybody, thank you all. Y'all have a blessed night and namaste, everybody.
Namaste. Peace.
Peace.